guys, for those of us who haven't noticed already. In addition to being in Utah, we passed through a city called St. George, Utah, about
St.
30
George,
minutes ago.
Utah.
And now we are in the town of Hurricane, Utah. It's kind of funny how they refer to Hurricane over here. The mayor, the city council, and almost every resident of Hurricane doesn't call it Hurricane. They call it Hurricane or Hurricane. That's kind of weird. Now we're nowhere near the South. You know, the American South, where they kind of talk like that. You know, they have the kind of the Southern drawl. We're very far away from there. So kind of weird they would call it Hurricane or Hurricane, but that's what they call it.
Wow.
So if you call it Hurricane in Utah, they're gonna know that you're not from here. So yeah, it's interesting how that happens. All right. Well, Utah is a very unique place. Does anybody here know what worldwide, internationally famous religion is headquartered over here in Utah? Yeah, yep, you nailed it. Grand Central, the Mormons, otherwise known as the Church of Latter-day Saints. So, the Mormons, or the Church of Latter-day Saints, make up the majority of the population of Utah. So Utah is actually the only state in the U.S. where the majority of the residents are one religion. Everywhere else is pretty divided, but yeah, the majority of people here belong to the Church of Latter-day Saints, and that was true since the very beginning of Utah. I want to tell you a little bit about the Church of Latter-day Saints and the beginning of the state of Utah. So Utah gets its name from the Paiute Native Americans, the same Native Americans that went down to the Las Vegas Valley from the mountains. So the Paiutes were the first inhabitants of the area known as Utah, way before they called it Utah, of course. So the first people of European descent arrived in northern Utah in the year 1847. And those were the Mormons, of course, and they established the present-day towns of Salt Lake City and Ogden, Utah. And when they arrived in the year 1847, the area was Mexico still. So they were settling in present-day Mexico. Interesting how that works. They were actually, if you think about it, they were kind of illegal, right? So I guess they would say they were the first illegal immigrants to Utah. But anyway, so a lot of people